Cavaliers will face Mount Pleasant in the finals of the Jamaica Premier League. Policeman murdered at his home while a man on video beating up woman has been arrested. This is Undiluted News. Mikey Bones reporting. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says the government plans to increase the number of state-run Jamaica Urban Transit Company buses operating in St. Thomas. The Prime Minister, speaking Thursday at the official opening of the Morant Bay Urban Centre in the parish, said the JUTC has operated more than 100,000 rides since launching two bus routes in St. Thomas 4 months ago. He said 7 additional buses will be deployed to the parish. Dr. Holness also promised that St. Thomas will see an explosion of housing development, which in turn he expects will create economic opportunities for residents. A man who was captured on video assaulting a nurse during what is being called a road rage incident on Tuesday, May 13, has been slapped with multiple charges, including firearm offenses. On Saturday, St. Andrew North detectives named the accused 65-year-old businessman Robert Bell in connection with the beating of the nurse. The incident, which occurred on Mount Friendship Road in St. Andrew, drew widespread condemnation from various sections of society. According to the police report, about 7:15 p.m. on May 13, the nurse was en route to work when her vehicle's path was blocked by a vehicle driven by Mr. Bell. A dispute ensued between the nurse and Bell, during which she was physically assaulted multiple times. Bell was apprehended by the police the day after, and he was subsequently charged after being interrogated in the presence of his attorney. Bell's licensed firearm was also seized by the detectives. The suspect, who was being sought in connection with the sexual assault of 2 children in Old Harbour in St. Catherine last week, has been captured in St. Thomas. He was captured in a police operation in the Yalas area. The police are now making arrangements to have him transferred into the custody of the St. Catherine South Police Division. Commanding officer for St. Catherine South, Acting Senior Superintendent Leighton Gray, said the suspect is originally from St. Thomas and was previously convicted on sexually offenses charge. A body believed to be that of missing University of Technology student 20-year-old Anisha Dilworth has been found. The body was reportedly found on Saturday afternoon in Portmore in St. Catherine, and Miss Dilworth went missing on Tuesday of May 6. An in-drive taxi driver was taken into police custody last Saturday, but no charges have been laid against him as he continues to face questions from investigators. Meanwhile, the St. Catherine South Police are investigating the murder of a policeman at his home in Old Harbour on Saturday morning. Corporal Carl Main, a 20-year-old veteran of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, who was stationed at the Darling Street Police Station in Kingston Western Division at the time of his death. Deputy Commissioner Richard Stewart, head of Crime and Security Portfolio, said the body of the policeman was found about 5:30 a.m. He is urging all members of the constabulary to remain vigilant. Meanwhile, Indicom is probing the killing of a man at the Brownstone Police Station. Reports is that about 3:45 a.m., officers assigned to the station in the Area 2 Division Intelligence Unit responded to the reports of a suspicious activity at the rear of the cell block after receiving a call from an anonymous source indicating that men were on the compound attempting to smuggle drugs to inmates. The officers observed 2 men wearing black hoodies and one armed with a machete. One of the men fled the scene by scaling the perimeter fence upon seeing the police. However, the man with the machete reportedly advanced aggressively towards one of the officers despite being told to drop the weapon. In response, the officer discharged his service pistol but fell to the ground with the suspect still advancing. The cop fired more rounds. In an effort to protect his colleague, the other policeman discharged his firearm, hitting the attacker, who fell. A search of the suspect now revealed a quantity of vegetable matter resembling ganja, a brown bag containing a cell phone and charger, and tobacco. The wounded man was then taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. At least 129 persons have been killed by the police since January 1st. A man was also fatally shot by the police during an alleged confrontation at a party in Longsborough district in Eatontown, Clarendon on Sunday morning. Police identified the man as Andre Ingram, 41-year-old, otherwise called Jazz, a resident of Eatontown. Police report said that about 1:40 a.m. yesterday, Ingram was at a permitted party in Longbow district firing shots from a prohibited firearm. The police were alerted, and on their arrival at the entertainment center, Ingram reported the open gunfire at the police. Police said they took evasive action and the gunfire was returned, at which point Ingram was shot and injured. He was taken to the Percy Junior Hospital where he was pronounced dead. Police said a Taurus 9mm pistol containing 7 live rounds and bearing a serial number was seized. On to sports, Mount Pleasant will be going back to the finals for the second straight year after a draw with Montego Bay United last night in their return game. Mount Pleasant won 2-1 on aggregate after a 1-0 victory in the first game. Likewise, defending champions Cavaliers, who had a 1-1 draw in their first game, had a narrow 1-0 victory over Arnett Gardens last night, setting up a mouth-watering repeat clash of last year with Mount Pleasant. Arnett will face Mobe for the third place, while the finals will be played on the 23rd. Meanwhile, Spanish Town Police ended their best ever season in their almost 50-year history by winning the Jamaica Football Federation Championship title, beating Treasure Beach 2-0 in the final played at Drexel on Saturday. Both teams secured their place in next season's Jamaica Premier League by winning their semi-finals. Jordan Ellison fired the Spanish Town Police into the lead in the 9th minute before Christoph Russell doubled the advantage when he scored a second goal in the 59th minute, and both teams finished second in their respective zones in the regular season but upset their opponent in the semi-finals. Treasure Beach beat Mid Forest 1-0 over both legs, while Spanish Town, who were playing in the championship for the first time, overcame a first leg 1-0 deficit to beat Falmouth United in sudden death penalties. So now both Spanish Town Police and Treasure Beach will replace their United and Humble Lions, who were relegated from the Premier League. And that's going to be news and sports on your favorite radio. My name is Mikey Bones. Have a wonderful day, everybody. I gone.